Hollywoodbets Kenilworth welcomes you to Sunday racing in the Mother's City. Weather's not been all that great down here. It's been overcast for most of the week. We've had a bit of light drizzles, heavy downpours, then the sun's out, then the wind picks up, but it has cooled down considerably over the last few days. My son says the weather's got bipolar. Let's hope we can hit things up on Sunday with some wonderful racing in Cape Town, the first of two meetings in just 3 days. Good to have you with us for the preview of this 10-race program that gets underway at 11:40. And if you are going to be playing your Hollywoodbet Punted Challenge, you need to have your selections on 5 minutes before the off of race 1. You play the bet slip and you put yourself in line to win that mammoth life-changing jackpot prize, besides, of course, all the combinations that you've spent the 50 Rand on. And you will definitely be the one that can have the bragging rights that you've won the Hollywoodbet Punter Challenge. Let's see how many winners we can find, warm things up. The first race, not an easy start of the day, but I think I may have found a winner for us in the form of number 12, She's My World. Now, this horse just got touched off last time out in the shadow of the post. Getting closer with each start, ran in a feature race the run before that. The booking of Richard Fourie, I think, is a very shrewd one. He'll make all the difference, and with further natural progress expected, I do think we'll take the lion's share of the prize money. So, I'm looking at number 12, She's My World, to win the first ahead of One Beautiful One. For third, number 13, Paralegal. And fourth, number 5, First Kiss. Second race of the day is a maiden plate fillies, where 12 runners will line up at the 1200 metre mark. And I've made a note alongside a couple of them because I thought we may need to play the bipot with a bit of cover, but when I got to number 7, Claire de Lune, I thought, no, I'm not looking any further, because this horse does have very, very good consistent form coming into the race. Finished 5th last time out in the Cape Slipper, but prior to that, solid feature race form. Ran in the Juvenile Stakes on midday, was 2nd, and ran in the Charles Dickens Stakes, the race before that, on King's Plate Day. So this horse really bumps some useful individuals, the likes of Black Cheetah, the likes of Wild Green, and now back in maiden company, I think we'll take a power of beating. I'm going 7, Claire de Lune, to beat number 2, Heritage Ridge, 3, Cape Captain, and 5, Ricky Tiki Tavi in race number 2. Third race is the first leg of the place accumulator. To me, you either take 2 horses or you can bank. 4, Jetta 1, 9, Past and Present. That's what I've narrowed it down to. 4, Jetta 1, kilo bet over the weights for a 2.5 length beating by number 9, Past and Present. Richard Fourie may make the difference, but I don't think he's quite going to be able to turn the tables with 9, Past and Present, who does come back in trip, does get the blinkers back on. JP van der Merwe know this horse very, very well, and I do think can be rewarded for consistency. 9, Past and Present to win it, ahead of 4, Jetta 1, 6, Special Glamour, and 10, Moment of Truth. Moving on to race number 4. It's a Class 3, benchmark 96. 10 runners will line up at the 1200 for the opening leg of the Pick 6. It jumps at 13:25 on Sunday afternoon. Now, there are quite a few of them that are renewing rivalry, especially if we take the race into account that was won by Air Raid. Air Raid, for that win, incidentally, picked up a £6 penalty. Now, Dumbledore on that run is 3 kilos better off for a 3.7 length beating by Air Raid, which does bring Dumbledore closer to the action. 7, Arctic Wizard is 2.5 kilos better off for a 2.5 length beating by Air Raid, so they should theoretically finish right alongside of each other. Calp Forest is another one that ran in that race, and so to number 1, Dean Street. But I do think, despite the £6 penalty that Air Raid picked up for that win, Air Raid can make it back-to-back. Alder de Meyer retains the ride. That was a very good win by over 2.5 lengths, over 1,000 metres. The manner in which she won tells me she'll enjoy the 1200 here. And for Air Raid is my first choice selection, ahead of number 7, Arctic Wizard. For third, number 6, Dumbledore. And fourth, I'm going with 8, Calp Forest. The first of 3 feature races on the card on Sunday at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth is the Winter Nursery. This is a Grade 3 race, 8 runners to contest this 1,000-metre event. And I'm looking no further than the James and Brett Crawford training partnership for the winner. I'm siding with number 5, North Point. This horse used to be with Van Sale, was left behind in Cape Town with the Brett and James Crawford partnership. And with JP van der Merwe on board, I think this horse will take a power of beating. If you look at the form, this horse won its last 2 starts very, very impressively. In fact, last time out, ran on, hit the front and then geared down to impressive victory by 3 1/4 lengths. I do think this horse is still improving and can bring up the hat-trick. So I'm going 5 North Point to win it, ahead of 6 All the Rage, 8 Match That, and 4 Dream World. Race 6 is the listed Ladies Mile. This race over 1,600 metres and a field of 10 runners will face the starter. A lot of them are coming back from a bit of a layoff. Those include the likes of Beware the Bomb, Knockout, Omikami, Kinda Wonderful, Time for Love, which means more than half of them are coming back from a rest. 7 Girl Poker Game and 10 My Flower Fate are both having their second runs after a rest. The 2 that are in form are from the Candace Bass Robinson yard. 1 Fun Zone. Woy, wasn't that a good win by Andrew Fortune last time out on board Fun Zone? And then the ultra-consistent number 9, Call Me Getrix. Sure, this horse really is a model of consistency. Very seldom out of the first 2. But I think number 5, Kinda Wonderful, is the horse they're all going to have to beat. Craig Zaki for Eric Sands, back from a bit of a break. I do think that break would have done Kinda Wonderful the world of good. Second last time out behind subsequent winner, Give Me Everything. I do think, if fit and well, will be the one they have to beat. So I'm going 5 Kinda Wonderful to beat 1 Fun Zone, 9 Call Me Getrix, and 10 My Flower Fate. Race 7 is the Grade 3 Legal Eagle Stakes. 8 runners to contest this 1,800-metre event. I'm looking no further than number 2, Garrix. This horse won the first leg of the series in style, and that was after being gelded. I do think the gelding has done the trick. And if one looks at his form, he finished second in his only attempt over the course and distance. Sold. I think he's still on the up. He's got more to come. I'm going 2 Garrix as my confident selection to beat number 4, La Peluga, 1 Rascallion, and 8 Magic Verse. That takes us on to the 8th race on the card. Race 8 is a D Stakes to be run over 1,100 metres, and 11 runners will face the starter for the 8th race on the card. Not an easy race. Not many of them will be going to Hollywood. In fact, you could probably make a case for 3 of them in this race. Number 5, William West, is a 1.5 kilo bit over the weights with number 9, Winter on the Green. And that was for a 1.5 length beating. William West also meets a similar kind of feel that he did last time out and definitely cannot be ignored. 9 Winter on the Green. Really, that was a much improved performance last time out when finishing second. The interesting thing about Winter on the Green is that she's still a maiden. She's really going to have to repeat that kind of run if she wants to be effective here. I'm looking at number 6, Country Time, as my first choice selection. She's a 1.5 kilo better off with number 9, Winter on the Green, and that was for a 0.9 length beating. She should theoretically turn the tables. She also get apprentice Bungani, who claims 4 kilos, back on board. She's good and she's got consistent form, and I do think she'll be competitive. So I'm going 6 Country Time to beat 5 William West, 9 Winter on the Green, and 3 Champagne Mac. That takes us on to race number 9. It's a class 4 for fillies and mares, benchmark 80, 15 runners to run over 1,100 metres. I was umming and ahhing with this race because, you're either going to have to go light or you're going to have to go very, very wide. And this being the last leg of the pick 6, I know of one person that tells me, when I start a pick 6, I just go field at the back, and then I start looking for bankers, and then I fill up the rest. So many people will probably be hoping to run to a field at the back, even if it is just for a percentage. I've narrowed it down to a race in 2 between number 2, Captain's Destiny, and number 5, Tanneron. I do think that number 2, Captain's Destiny, being a model of consistency, the manner in which he got up and won last time out does make him quite competitive. He definitely shouldn't have a problem going over this kind of a trip, and I do think a repeat of that last run will bring him right into the equation. And then there's number 5, Tanaron. Good, consistent form. He's also a kilo better off at the weights with number 2, Captain's Destiny. That was for a 2.9 length beating. That will bring him closer to the action, and that's where I thought that I'm going to decide to lean towards. 5, Tanaron to beat number 2, Captain's Destiny. For third, I'm going 4, December Dawn, and fourth, number 6, Pink Pigeon. That takes us on to the last race on the card, race number 10. It jumps at 16.55. It's a C Stakes, where 14 runners will line up at the 1,000 metre mark for race 10 on the card. And when I turned the page and I saw the US of A, I thought, that's it. I'm looking no further than this runner, purely because I remember this race as if it was run yesterday. The way this horse was finishing last time out on his comeback run really, really caught the eye. I do think that Richard Fourie will know exactly how to get the best out of him. You'll see he's a model of consistency. He's having his second run after rest. He should strip much fitter, and this also happens to be Paddy Crayer's only run on the day. So I'm saying Paddy's bringing one winner. He's going home with a 100% strike rate. I'm going 8, the US of A, to win the last, ahead of 14, Rattlesnake, 2, Tough Terrain, and 12, Golden Tatiana. And that takes care of racing and our preview for Sunday racing at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth. Like I said, for those of us here in Cape Town, we're in for a treat. This is the first of 2 meetings in 3 days. Tuesday, we race again at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth. Till then, from me, Rouvaun, hope you've hit them hard this weekend. Till next time, cheers for now.